everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch. So today is day 2 of 5 days of fall that I'm doing. I am doing 5 different makeup tutorials every single day for the next 5 days. If you didn't see my previous tutorial, definitely check that one out. I uploaded that yesterday, so that was my very first upload, and today will be my second upload. So these tutorials I've been working on for a while now. I'm really excited to do this for fall. Let me know if you guys like this idea. Maybe I'll do it every single year for the fall time. This look didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to, like how I pictured in my mind. It wasn't going to have faux freckles, but then I kind of felt like it was so dark and sultry that I thought the faux freckles could make it just a little bit more cute, and that's how I kind of wanted it to be. And before we get on to the video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that little bell beside the subscribe button. That way you guys can get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, like this video if you enjoy it, and don't forget to come back tomorrow for another fall makeup tutorial. And if you'd like to know how I got this look, then please just keep watching. Alrighty, let's get on into the second tutorial. I'm going to take this pore filling primer. I will leave the name in the description box. It's from Smashbox, and I really like it. It doesn't dry out my skin, and I didn't really want a super hydrating base today, so I'm just going to spread this everywhere where I have pores, and then I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. For foundation, I'm actually going to mix 2. So I'm going to take the CoverGirl Elixir foundation. This one I'm almost running out of, so I had to use my wand to scrape it off on my beauty sponge. So that's what I did, and then I squirted in some of the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I just have this little sample that I got from Sephora, so I mixed the two just to try and get my shade, and I'm just blending it out with this beauty sponge. It's from Costco. I'm also using 2 concealers today, so I'm first going to go in with my Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer. This one is in the shade Vanilla. It's a little bit lighter, so I'm going to focus this on the inner parts of my eyes, and then I'm also going to use that concealer to prime my eyelids because it's a little bit thicker, so it's better at priming them for my eyeshadow. The second concealer I used was the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, so I also put that underneath my eyes, and then I also put it in the center of my face to highlight, and I'm just blending that all out with my Real Techniques buffing brush just to get a full coverage finish. I wanted a cream contour today, so I took this one called Shade in my Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I'm going to place this into the hollows of my cheeks, on my temples, and underneath my lip to contour. I'm using this e.l.f. stippling brush, and I'm just placing the product heavily where I want it, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend it all out. Next, I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This one is in the shade Pound Cake, and I'm just placing this all over my concealer that I placed down to bake, and also underneath my contour line, just so I get a nice sharp line. And then I didn't have anything else to do at the moment because I had already pre-done my eyebrows, so I just let that sit on for a couple of minutes, and now I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that off with my e.l.f. blush brush. This is a nice fluffy brush, and it just gets off my powder perfectly, and I also kind of press it into my skin at the same time. And I wanted to set the rest of my face, so I'm going in with my Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder. This one is in the shade Sandstorm, and I just wanted a nice matte finish, so I just placed that all over my face. I wanted a nice deep bronzer, so I went in with my Bahama Mama bronzer by The Balm, and this just gives such a beautiful, deep, warm glow to your face. It has a really nice red to neutral undertone, so it just looks perfect, and I'm just placing that all over my face with my e.l.f. complexion brush. For blush, I'm going to go into my Sigma Core de Rosa blush, and I'm going to use a smaller brush to apply this just so I can really focus it onto the apples of my cheeks, and then I'm going to really blend it backwards. This brush is a little bit more dense, so it took a little bit extra blending time. For highlighter, I'm going to take this shade in my Urban Decay Afterglow palette. This palette gives you such a blinding, beautiful highlight, but it just melts into your skin. So I'm going to place this on the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, my temples, and my Cupid's bow, like I normally do. And like always, I have to blend out all of my face products together just so they're not sitting on top of each other. So I'm just taking a really big duo fiber brush to do that. And then I'm going to set my face before I do my eyes. I'm using my Kiss NY Pro setting spray. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to go into my Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm so excited. These are the Alamar brushes that came in the BoxyCharm. You guys know I'm obsessed with the palette, and I love these brushes. As you can see, they're so incredibly soft. I'm so excited about them. So I tried to use just these brushes for this tutorial because I really wanted to use them. So I first took that brown shade and I'm just working that into my crease and kind of messily doing the outer corners as well because I want this look to be really smoky. And then I'm going to take the shade Truffle and do the exact same thing. I'm just going to try and drag this shade more so on my lid as I am working into my crease. I'm just kind of bringing it down as I go. I'm basically just trying to pack this shade on as much as I can because I want this look to be super duper smoky and kind of blown out, but I don't want it to be too harsh. That's why I'm kind of trying to like fluff it out and blend it, if that makes any sense. And then I'm going to take this next sparkly brown shade in the palette and I'm going to work this one on the outer part of my lid, so just on the outer corners there. And I also kind of want to bring this shade onto my lid as well, but just really making sure I'm blending it out and not just placing it on there too harshly. And then I'm going to take the gold shade in the palette. This is the shade that's going to go onto the inner part of my lid just to give it that little subtle pop. And this isn't too intense of a gold, it's not too bright. So I kind of like how it went with the look. It's a little bit muted, but then I did want just a little bit of an extra pop just on the very inner corners there. I took that highlight shade again from the Urban Decay palette just to give it a little extra something. Now I'm going to go ahead and take Truffle, and what I'm doing here is kind of leaving the lower lash line open where I get to my tear duct. So I'm just placing that lower than my tear duct just to leave that space a little bit open. As you can see, it's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully you can see that okay. Next, I'm taking the shade Mousse again, and I'm just going to blend out that line that I just placed there. I don't want it to be too harsh, so I am just going to try and buff that out a little bit. Here I am taking a gold eyeliner. The only one I had was limited edition. I don't think they sell it anymore, so I'm so sorry, but it's the only one I had, and I had this in my mind. So anyone you have will work just fine, or you could either use a gold eyeshadow. And I'm just placing that right in the open space I left where my tear duct is, and also dragging it on the inner part of my lower waterline. And for the rest of my lower waterline, on the outer part, I'm going to take this Bang Beauty chocolate eyeliner, and I'm just going to place that right there. Then to tightline my upper waterline, I'm just going to take this Marc Jacobs eyeliner. I'm not sure the name of it, but it is just their black one, and I'm just going to go ahead and tightline. And then for my upper lash line, I'm going to take this liquid eyeliner by Kiss NY Pro, and I'm just lining my upper lash line, and I'm not going to do a wing. I just want a little bit more definition there. This part I felt like I wanted a little bit extra something, and I don't know if I screwed up the look by doing this. I contemplated it for like 5 minutes, but I am doing just that little tiny cat eye with the liquid eyeliner and my inner tear duct. I'm just making a little bit of a sharp point just to really open up my eyes there. I can't tell still to this day if I like it, but I kind of like how that look turned out, so I think it was okay. And then for mascara, I'm going to go into my L'Oreal Paradise mascara, I believe it's called, and I'm just going to coat my lashes with this. It makes them so full, so I love this mascara. But then I am going to go over it with my CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast mascara. This one is a little bit more pointy, so it separates all of my lashes perfectly, so I usually always have to go back in with this one just so I can get them all separated and looking full. And then for my lips, I decided to go with a nice warm brown. So I took this Taurus lippy pencil. This one is from ColourPop, and it's also their collab with Kathleen Lights. So I'm just applying this, and I also did put on another limited edition lip liner. I know I'm so annoying, but it's the only one I could find that matched the lipstick. So that's what I did, and then I also did decide to put on some faux freckles. So I'm just kind of twisting on some small dots with my Kiss New York eyebrow pencil just to finish off the look here. Well, that's it for the tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to come back tomorrow to see another tutorial that I'm going to do. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!